In this episode of Denoised, JSON prompting in VO3, useful hack or hype?
Higgsfield Steal, a controversial new product with a weird marketing campaign.
And AlphaGo, an AI model that can build other AI models. Let's get into it. All right, welcome back, Addy.
Thank you. It's nice to be back.
Where have you been?
I have been in a deep Asia for the last 2 weeks.
That's amazing.
I was in Tokyo for about a week and then took a small flight over to South Korea. I was there for another week, and now I'm back, severely jet lagged and just really happy to be podcasting again.
Good to be back here. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're you seem awake enough.
Yeah, I'm going to share some photos. I saw a Kodak store, like a full-on like branded Kodak sandals, Kodak t-shirt, obviously the film you can buy there. It was so much in demand that I saw another one being built out.
Oh, another Kodak store?
Another Kodak store being built out in Tokyo. So,
and I wonder if that's just like more of the licensing play from like that stuff I saw at CES where it's just like Kodak everything.
It's exactly that. And I got myself this. This is from my childhood. I think yours too.
I do remember that, yeah.
I never thought when we use this for real that one day we'd buy it as a prop.
That would be nostalgic for it.
And it's going to be on the podcast set here.
Wait, it takes this one holds 39 photos?
Is that a lot?
Yeah.
It used to be 24, right?
There was a 24 or 36 exposure. This says 39 exposure.
Dude, they stepped up the game.
They gotta step it up. Compete with the flash card.
I don't know where I'm going to process it if I ever do use it.
I think there's some mail-in services that still exist, but also, I mean, here in LA, like at least like there should be.
Yeah, it's just really nice to see Kodak making a comeback. You know, like we talked about Jurassic World recently, and then Sinners, and it's awesome.
Yeah, film's not dead.
Film is very much not dead.
All right, so while you're gone, this started boiling up like a week ago. But it's still trending. JSON prompting has become a hot topic in the Twitter sphere of VO, especially with VO3 prompting. But I've been seeing JSON prompting bleed into just AI prompting in general. But we'll kind of focus on VO3 because that was where a lot of the attention was given. I would say this started. I don't know if it started, but it came on my radar with Dave Clark, who posted out a new short film that looks really good, and he did it all with VO3. And then he was saying that it changed its prompting format to JSON. And so JSON is a format language.
Yeah, it's ASCII language. So it's our alphabets and numerics. So anybody can read it in English, but it wraps up into like a text file, if you will.
Yeah, and it's like a structure, and it just basically gives a lot of structure to the prompt. And you have sort of fields for, let me look at this sample one.
It's somewhere between like code and human language.
Yeah, it's human readable, but it's got some of the coding formats. But I'm going to pull up an example here. So like in this one example, it has a description of your prompt shop, but then it also has a field for style, a field for camera, for lighting, environments. And so the thought behind this was by having such structure to the prompt in JSON format, you'd get better outputs. And then also if you're doing multiple shots and you're trying to have consistent characters, consistent scene, consistent environment, you keep these factors the same. Right. So you can reprompt the shot, but you have other elements that stay the same. Yeah,
it becomes more modular and easier to scale up. Like as you have a structure, all you do is if you're going to change from a wide shot to a medium shot, you go into the camera section, change the lens, something like that.
Similar, or just change your prompt, but like at least your lens data is the same and your lighting data is the same. I was thinking it also leads to, if you're messing around with like Claude Code or something, you could build a little interface with like drop downs to kind of spit out, like in a nice interface, kind of write up your prompt, and then it spits out a JSON format with the consistent elements. Yeah,
I would even go a step further and use a VLM, visual language model. So ChatGPT 1 has built in where you can input a frame of something you're trying to create, right? It could be a hand sketch. It could be something out of Unreal Engine, and then have it give you a JSON file with the prompt that would be required to generate it.
Yeah, and that was a test I did where I started just having Gemini or ChatGPT give me the prompt, tell it the prompt of the shot I wanted, but give it back to me in a JSON format. In Dave Clark's original post, he sort of also broke down some other things, which he didn't quite get into details yet. And I'm curious about this because this also might play into just how JSON is a speedier way to build out a short film. But he said he wrote an agentic workflow to automate JSON formatting based on the entire script. So it sounded like he gave the entire script to Gemini and then got like not just a single shot in JSON, but like the entire shot by shot broken down.
Yeah, sure.
So that he sort of posted a little video about that, but I'm kind of curious about how that further develops when he does post or explain more of his workflow. So, but JSON prompting in general. So the argument is it gives you structure and you get better outputs. But then other people were saying, This is a bunch of hype. Jason Zada, AI peeps. JSON prompting is just influencer hype. Highly structured prompts are way better than all the extra info that I keep seeing in people's JSON prompts. So he's basically saying just a nice, good text prompt is plenty.
I don't agree with this guy's language and just like, this is not the right way to approach it. But I do understand the sentiment here. And this goes back to what I've been saying for a lot of episodes is like movie making is done on a shot-by-shot basis. Mm-hmm. And if you try to automate it with a giant JSON file, you're still working on a shot-by-shot basis, but that entire shot is now inserted into a giant sequence JSON, right? So why do that when you could be as granular as at shot level? And I think you'll find that as you go higher and higher up the quality ladder in movie making, the more and more granular you have to be. So go from shot by shot to now tens of frames or maybe a single frame and so on. And I don't see JSON formatting and JSON prompting beneficial for those high-end films. Having said that, like those 10-second, 30-second ad spots, sure, go use it all day long.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking, well, first off, it's like, look, try this out for yourself. If this helps you structure your prompts better and you find that you're like getting better outputs, cool, have fun with it. JSON, I think is, I don't find it super easy to read. I think you like, especially reading it on a social media platform, like you really need to copy this and put it into an actual markup language editor, like a Sublime or something that's free where it'll like format it nicely for you and you can see the hierarchy of the levels. I mean, I think overall just text prompting in general is annoying and kind of dumb.
Yeah,
and like
it's not the way,
shifting away from that.
Absolutely. That's not the way we're going to go forward. Text prompting, even if it's like 500 characters or in this case 10,000 characters, whatever, is not going to be the way of the future. Like we're going to have a better interface into AI generation.
Yeah, something more visual, something more tangible.
Absolutely, yeah. Moving things around with mouse and keyboard or timeline or something like that. And there's been tons of attempts at that. And I think it'll only get better. Also, the formatting of JSON is not going to save you or give you any better results because all you're doing is essentially adding white space and parentheses and labels and tag names.
Yeah, and there are some arguments too, are saying like basically you're adding a bunch of extra stuff that is going to use more tokens, it's going to cost you more and not necessarily add more. Then there's some other debate or some other suggestions put up, like Chris put out that YAML is another formatting language, which I wasn't really familiar with, but uses less tokens is another way to format your prompts, but could put the info in there.
End of the day, it still comes down to natural language, right? Yeah. Like these clip encoders that these video generation, image generations use is trained on natural language. It's not trained on JSON scripts. Mm-hmm. So whatever JSON file you insert is going to get decoded.
Or the argument was like, so people were like, that they were trained with JSON, but it was like, they're trained on JSON formatting, but they were trained to understand human language, natural language, not JSON.
Yeah. Like when I say photorealistic, that has a very specific meaning to you and me. And that's what the clip encoder is going to try to generate when I put photorealistic, that word, in my text prompt.
Yeah. So I wanted to test this.
Oh, nice.
So I did a couple tests, and basically I used Gemini, and I just had a very basic shot of like a person at a diner, and we started a close-up of a coffee cup, and then we like tilt up and rack focus to a detective guy who looking out the window.
Nice.
And I just kind of gave it that basic prompt, and then I said, give this, build out the shot in a JSON format. And I gave it like one of Dave Clark's JSON prompts as a structure base so that it would just change it and modify it and give me the output. And then I had it rewrite that JSON prompt as just a regular text prompt. So then I ran them both twice.
Okay.
And so then I ran them in VO3 fast, started on a cup, tilted up, rack focus, tilts, guy looks out. Also, it's just crazy how realistic this looks. Like
the steam out of the coffee.
The shot itself is crazy. Yeah. But yeah, fine, right? I mean, it did what I asked for. I also gave it some specific time markers, like 0 to 2 seconds, we push it on the cup. Okay. 2 seconds to 4 seconds, we pan up or tilt up.
Yeah, that has a little handheld feel to it. The other one came out really dolly. And
then this one is the paragraph format.
Completely different shot.
It hit the points. I mean, I still think it's a matter of, it still did what I asked. This one's weird because he sits in. So this one didn't quite nail the specifics.
And it's inversed mirrored.
Yeah, I didn't really give it screen direction. I will say, with the shot I had in my mind, the JSON one hit what I had in my mind.
Spot on. But having said that, the second one you showed with a little bit of a handheld feel, I prefer that one.
Yeah, these are the same prompts. I just had to do two outputs.
Right, but and again,
seeds.
It's like a random draw.
These are just different seeds.
For sure.
And then, let's see, I did another one where I wanted to have like a reverse shot of the guy. None of them understood what I had in my mind, but I didn't specify screen direction as well in my initial prompt.
Press. Can I get you some more coffee?
The only thing I wanted to say was, can I get you some more coffee? And then it had some gibberish in the beginning.
It's so crazy how good that looks. Like if you look at the gate on the waitress and the coffee fluid slushing around. Yeah. Oh my God.
Press. Can I get you some more coffee?
Yeah, I would do some audio massaging on that dialogue.
Yeah, and the in my description, I was thinking more of that it would be from the right side of him, but this would just more be like I would just need to finesse my prompting.
For sure.
And then this is the paragraph version of the same shot. Mocha pot.
Can I get you some more coffee?
Didn't pour.
Yeah. I mean, apples and oranges.
Super similar. Yeah. And then this was the one you sent me.
Yes.
I just ran the prompt as is.
And let me give a shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Saeed Ali Kazim for sending us this JSON.
Yeah,
and this is what he generated.
I'm more amazed that it's able to do the copyright logos and stuff. So this is the JSON, the prompt, the original one he posted, different seed from whatever he demoed, but thing popping out of the box. And then I gave Gemini the same exact JSON prompt and I said, rewrite this into a paragraph format. Pretty much exactly the same.
Two wheels fly up and never return, and then two new wheels appear.
It did that too here. Like, see these wheels go out, that tire.
Yeah, we need to work on that. But
yeah, so
it's more or less the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah. And then there was another one that I'm more amazed that it could do the Superman and not give you a copyright error.
Correct. Yeah, this
was one that I found online that they posted.
Yeah.
And then I just had it rewrite it, and it does pretty much the same thing.
Also, like when it comes to that copyright stuff, I wonder, and again, I'm not a lawyer, obviously, and I'm not a lawyer, but there is a certain gray area where you can be doing this, and either it's under parody law or under fan fiction.
Yeah, I mean, I think, again, going to the outputs and how you use this, like there's leeway to that. I just had issues with VO3 where I had a name of something, it like flagged it and said, we can't generate this. It didn't tell me why. I assumed it was because I had a name of something that had some copyright protection. But it seems not the case because this prompt said Superman and it spit out Superman.
Like one of the channels that I watch on YouTube, I think it's called Star Wars. It's like a fan-based Star Wars thing that's fully AI generated.
Okay.
And
like a Stormtrooper vlog stuff?
It's nicer than that.
Okay.
I'll pull it up. And it's basically taking bits of Star Wars that was never included in the original 6 or 7 films.
Okay.
Like moments where like Luke meets General Grievous for the first time, something like that.
Okay.
And it'll use AI to generate it. And that stuff is up on YouTube. It's making a lot of money. It's taking a lot of views, and they're not taking it down. There's no copyright infringement there.
I'd be curious if there was like similar to if you upload a video with a song, and depending on the label, they have choices of if they either want to just block the thing entirely or if they want to claim monetization. So like they'll leave the video up, but they take the money.
Got it.
Money you make. So I'd be curious if
and it's
Lucasfilm did something
Mark
like that.
Hamill. Like there's no mistake about it. Like they used his likeness and everything, probably without his permission.
Yeah,
but it's still up there.
Yeah. That's a separate Wild West of stuff. But yeah, I'm more surprised that VO3 is putting these outputs out. But yeah, I mean, I think with the JSON stuff, I think, look, try it out if it helps you. Yeah. If you get better stuff, if it helps you organize your shots or just you think better that way.
Sure.
Cool. Go for it. If you like text stuff, long paragraphs better.
Yeah.
Cool. Whatever works for you.
Yeah, it's like, look, I like my coffee as an Americano. You like your coffee as drip, but end of the day, we're getting caffeinated. It's like, come on, guys.
Everyone get caffeinated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you. And also, I think it's just more something to be aware of. And it's like, you can try it in your toolkit and maybe this works for you. Also, like, maybe if you just had a little bullet point list with all of the like same exact things and it's just listed out.
Yeah.
Shot, frame, lighting, you might get the same exact quality output anyways.
Exactly. I think the thing that they're missing the argument on is still consistency. Like JSON is not going to save you from that, like from shot to shot to shot.
No. I mean, maybe it'll help you get a little bit closer and stuff, but no, it's not. And since we last spoke, VO3 now does have first frame.
Yes.
Yeah, which is the person who commented like VO3's had first frame for a while. Yeah, we recorded that before that because literally the day after I think it launched, and then it was like, man, we got
yeah. Good luck if you have an AI podcast. Good luck trying to stay up to date.
Good luck trying to create evergreen content for 2 weeks from now because it's all outdated.
Exactly.
But because they added first frame, there was another thing posted, and I think this is just also interesting on a bigger level, where even the companies putting these models out are still figuring out cool ways to use the model that they did not even intend or know about. So Google posted a hack tip that they realized where basically with VO3, I think VO2 works too, but VO3, if you take your first frame and then you mark up what you want to happen, like with text or text boxes on the image, and then you give it that image, and then you say, follow the instructions on the image or something to that effect, it will start with the first frame with that marked up image, but then dissolve out the text and then make whatever you want that you described happen.
That's so cool.
So you lose like a few seconds in the beginning because it's going to be unusable, but you have far greater control over what you're trying to do.
And that's how, like, if you've ever worked any feature or TV show, like, that's how directors give notes. That's why we have frame.io markup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where it's like, I just want to literally draw on the frame and mark up. And why
move this way.
Frame.io. I mean, Frame.io too, but there are like tons of other companies too, where they solely exist to
Sync Sketch is out there.
F-Track,
F-Track, and then Shot Grid. There's a bunch of revisioning tools.
With very specific tools to mark up every single part of the frame. Yeah, so this was, people have been posting different hacks and stuff of, you could do text boxes. Someone even realized you could upload an image, like they uploaded a picture of an image on like next to a TV screen, and then it put the image on the TV screen, like with static and stuff.
Wow.
So that you could not only just do text inputs, but image inputs as well.
Dude.
So
I love it.
Crazy use case, but it's like just an example too of like everyone's messing around with this stuff and there's no like rule book.
My brain instantly goes to how difficult that task was pre-AI and now with AI.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah, between that and also Aleph, which we'll talk about at the end of the week, but Runway's Aleph and the demos I've been seeing from that and what it can do with existing video is...
Cristobal, you did it again. You son of a gun.
Addie's open invite to Cristobal.
Yes, still holds, especially now. I'm a big fan of Aleph.
We're gonna do a supercut of that. So yeah, some cool prompting stuff.
Yeah,
prompting debates. All right.
Higgsfield Steal.
Higgsfield Steal. So there have been, debates and, there's like kind of fine lines right now going on with AI and copyright protection and ethical uses. Higgsfield's put out a product that's literally called Higgsfield Steal. And their demos are, the pitch is basically, I mean, honestly, it sounds kind of similar to like a lot of other products out there where it's like you can give it a couple source images and kind of create something similar to it or combine elements. A lot of other products have protections in place if you're using copyrighted characters or likenesses of real people.
Indemnification is the legal term. So like as long as you're using that product under the correct license and in the correct way, then the company that makes the product will essentially got your back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Higgsfield Steal's demo is using like... where is it? Some of the demo, like Dua Lipa, and I'm trying to think of what other.
Saw the Daniel Craig as a Nightwalker.
Oh yeah, Daniel Craig as a Nightwalker from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So basically, just using all sorts of real people, not knowing about their awareness, and the IP protected scenes and stuff.
It's not good. It's not good at all.
It's a bit icky. But then what was weirder was a lot of the top AI creators on X started promoting Steal, which I believe they're all like paid like Higgsfield ambassadors. So like, I mean, a lot of the AI creators are ambassadors to the companies, but they're all sort of putting out the same messaging. So like, yeah, this was the Daniel Craig Ice Walker one, Joker.
Yeah, it's all right.
But I mean, the messaging was just weird. It's Hollywood's in trouble. Then just new Higgsfield Steal AI tool can now steal camera angle, composition, color, lighting.
Dude,
that one's honestly like
the Hollywood's in trouble
dramatic
thing is getting old.
The Hollywood's trouble one's always like kind of funny, but
Hollywood is evolving. It's not in trouble. It's in a transitionary period right now. Well, it'll be fine.
Adding nuance doesn't work well on the internet.
Oh yeah.
here, this one from Techhala, who's a big creator and has a lot of good stuff. But then the messaging of forget about copyright, just grab it. It's like, you probably shouldn't forget about copyright. It's kind of important.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up, like, my first immediate thought was like, Higgsfield's probably a Chinese company, so they don't have to abide by American laws.
That's true, and probably true.
I looked it up and it's not. So former Snapchat executive.
That's right. I forget, we talked about this a while ago.
Yeah, and I guess he has funding from, according to Google, funding from Kazakhstan.
All right, okay. All right,
so it could, I mean, it's still an American company.
I think they're just going to ready, fire, aim, and then see what happens. But yeah, and then this other promotion posted out a few days ago was the same exact messaging from this one from Techhala again. Midjourney stole from artists constantly. Now you can take it back. Use Higgsfield Steal to get what you want from Midjourney.
Guys.
And it's a video, and then literally the same exact messaging from Alex Petrascu. They stole first. Now it's time to steal better. Take directly from Midjourney with Higgsfield Steal. Same video, similar messaging. It feels like those Fox News, the Sinclair broadcast. Remember that clip when it was like all of the local TV stations were reading the same exact script? Yeah. It feels like that in the AI space.
Totally. Yeah. And this is not, in my opinion, this is not the right move.
Not a great look, especially when like there's all this other literal legislation about like what AI companies can train on and do and might
And maybe
restrict.
In the influencer space, in the consumer space, sure, I think it could be a cool meme or cool trope to get some eyeballs on your product. But as you move up into the enterprise space with professional studios, big companies, like they're not going to want to do anything to do with stealing.
No, absolutely not. No, I don't think. Yeah, Higgsfield's in that position.
Yeah, I mean, just call it style reference, call it something else.
Yeah, like every other company that has something similar. I mean, I guess if you want to make a name and splash for yourself and stand out from that, I don't know if it's best long-term play.
Yeah, totally. But it's good to sort of get a good calibration on where AI is right now. Like on one end of it, where we have company like Adobe that's being super sensitive about stealing because they've made some mistakes in the past, and the other end of the spectrum, you have Higgsfield, who doesn't give a f about any of this. So obviously we're somewhere in the middle where we understand that AI has intrinsic value in bettering our content creation, our lives. At the same time, there's some real ethical issues it's up against, and we got to figure that stuff out quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. Just the whole thing felt icky.
Icky's right. I felt icky in Tokyo. It was 95% humidity.
Different kind of icky. All right, last story. This paper, AlphaGo.
Yeah, so interesting paper. Now, I got to say, forewarning to our viewers, prepare to be scared.
Okay.
So we talked about Elias Etsever before and artificial superintelligence. We know that companies like OpenAI, XAI, and pretty much anybody is working at artificial general intelligence. So AGI, for the lack of a better term, is where a model or a combination of models matches human intelligence. Like it's as smart as you or me or whatever. And then ASI, artificial superintelligence, is as smart as several humans or 1,000 humans. So it's like infinitely smarter, and it has the ability to get smarter over time.
Okay.
So how is this actually going to happen? This is a glimpse into the future, my friends. So this is giving me some Skynet vibes, I got to say. And I don't know how, I'm feeling icky about this a little bit. But at the same time, it's really cool that research is going on. So AlphaGo is a research paper, and we have the general understanding is AI architecture is incredibly difficult, and that's why AI researchers get paid hundreds of millions of dollars, right?
Like to build a new model.
And to build a model, there is, just like in software or in hardware, you have to put together a bunch of little blocks in a way that is novel, that's new, and it'll do new things. And now, up until this point, even though AI has gotten better and better, the only reason it's gotten better and better is because the architecture and the models were developed by humans, and it's just gotten a new one out that hasn't existed before. So fundamentally, in order for AI to be super intelligent, you're still limited by humans. Like if a human can't figure out how to make a certain AI model more computationally efficient, better at quality, whatever, then it's just not going to happen. To beat around that problem, they now have an AI model, or rather an AI system that can come up with its own AI architecture.
AI building AI.
AI building AI. And we've talked about this vaguely before, but this is like really nailed down. It's really granular. So let me go through this at a level that I understand, and To be honest, most of it is beyond me. Anytime Joey's like, "Hey, dude, can you do the white paper?" I'm like, "God damn it. You're going to make me sound like an idiot in front of the viewers."
I brought the first two. I'm like,
okay. So
read the last one for me.
Yeah. So if any of our viewers have a better understanding of AlphaGo, please definitely shout out in the comments. To what we understand, it basically breaks down the problem into 4 agentic behavior. So it has a researcher, an engineer, an analyst, and a cognition base. We're going to put up the photo right here so you can kind of see it from the paper. And each of these functions are done by a separate AI model. And what it's basically doing is it's figured out a way to systematically produce innovation.
Okay.
So it has a database of about 50 core AI models, architectures. For example, UNet architecture is something that image generation uses, but that's just one type of architecture, right? And then LLMs and ChatGPT will use a transformer model or hybrid transformers, which is a whole different thing. So it has a library of 50 architectures that it knows is gold. And then it has a variation of those, another 200 or so. And then given enough sort of room to create, it'll come up with a brand new architecture based on that. So once it has the architecture, and I believe the researcher model comes up with that architecture, then an engineer goes in and actually implements it, uses code, uses CUDA, uses NVIDIA GPUs, and builds it out completely. Automated, which is freaky. And then an analyst will come in and test that for performance and test it for how novel and new and cool it is. So it has a quantitative measurement and a qualitative measurement. And based on that, you can either say, this new architecture is amazing, let's use it, and here it is, here's how it's built, or go back to the drawing board, do another one, and do the whole process over again.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's wild. So 4 sort of groups of agents: the cognition base, thinking of this stuff; the researcher, looking into it;
the cognition base, think of it as a giant database.
Yeah, because I also see it has like a diagram pointing to a chat, like an extractor from Hugging Face, RViz.
Yeah, so remember the 50 or so models, those models probably all live in Hugging Face, and it's pulling key features out of that, right? And then the researcher has, I think the researcher is where all of the magic sauce is, because it can figure out completely new architecture. Like put models together in a way that's never existed before. And this is where humans come in, right? Like we have our creativity, we can think of things that has never existed before, and the researchers is mimicking that.
Yeah. And I see the regenerate kind of loop, so it just seems like also could like probably loop this stuff thousands of times way faster than like any human could. Yeah.
So this is one sliver of the path to ASI, artificial superintelligence, is like once AI is sufficiently capable of building one new type of architecture, it could then go ahead and exponentially make more and more and more of those and try to figure out things better, faster, cheaper, running on less GPU, running far more, in higher quality. And it just...
Yeah, is this how you do a DeepSeek / ASI?
Yeah.
DeepSeek kind of thing.
On a second note, I saw something really interesting. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA, was on an interview, and I'm fascinated by Jensen, right? Because like I think we all are in the AI world. His vision is like, I don't know, 2 miles out from where we are today. Like where we are today, he's already thought of it 2 years back, right? Like he's like, yeah, you idiots, you're just figuring this out now. So he said something like, all you need is 150 people to change the world. So he goes on to say, OpenAI is about 150 people. I think DeepMind is about 150 people, like the Anthropic, same, about that size. And if you give 150 people a few $1 billion and let them do their thing, we're going to change the world. And that's going to happen very soon. It's happening now.
Yeah.
And you combine that with new technology like this, like you're really accelerating where technology can take us in the next few years.
Yeah, probably not a coincidence. Isn't that Dunbar's number? 150. I think it was called Dunbar's number. 150 was like the number of human connections that like someone could sort of maintain,
right?
Like
consistently
on, on a 1-to-1 level before it just was like either too much or
yeah. And that's one of the main reasons why like big CEOs of big companies have direct reports that are less than that number. Like Mark Zuckerberg, I think famously said he doesn't talk to anybody else at Meta except for like 30 to 50 people.
Yeah,
that reports to him.
Yeah, because it's just
you can't.
Your
brain can't comprehend it.
Yeah, you can't do it. I mean, NVIDIA did say that they have like a pretty flat hierarchy, right? Doesn't Jensen all of the VPs and everything one report Just go to him directly.
All the billionaires that report to the super billionaire. Yes.
Is that how it works?
So on that same interview, Jensen was like, the executive team at NVIDIA are all billionaires. I don't know if he was flexing, but he was like, yeah, and we've done well for ourselves.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure you do the math. I mean, what, they passed $4 trillion?
Yeah.
So, like,
right.
They've all got stock options, like,
yeah.
The maths. Makes sense.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, this is kind of a crazy paper, and I'm curious to see what comes out of it.
Again, and the pace at which this happens is first the paper drops.
Yeah.
And then an AI company will build a R&D version of this. And then if there's enough revenue and there's enough business case, then they'll build a product around it. And then we have it, right? So this is the progression of things. So research paper, look out for those first. And I think, in this case, all the research companies, which are most AI companies, they're essentially research companies, will be all over this.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see what comes out. All right. Wrap it up.
Yeah. I want to give a quick shout out to some of our listeners out there. So one of our super viewers, David Vogneld, if I'm pronouncing it right, thank you for your support. Ronan2079, Carson Dial 2, Wilson Fishbag, and finally, Crack Pistachio 6001. We thank you for your support. If you have not commented or engaged with us on YouTube, do so, and I'll give you a shout out as well.
Yeah, there you go. And also, if you're listening to this on your podcast app, please leave a 5-star review over at Apple Podcast or Spotify. Links for everything we talked about are at denoisepodcast.com.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.